Hello everyone, welcome back to another video from the Daddy Matt Experience channel. I'm your host Daddy Matt and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm just going to be talking about how um, this day is going by pretty, or not this day, but this week is going by quicker than I thought it would. It's a tough week, but it's going pretty well. Some days are harder than others, but that's just the way it is. I know I made a video on Monday talking about how this week was going to be rough for me because of this opportunity that I'm doing. But just after today, two more days, and I'll be done with this opportunity. That not a lot of people were chosen for. So I'm very lucky to be the only person representing my high school, even though I graduated, but representing my high school and stuff, since I'm the only kid from my school to be in this class. Because I guess the selection process, they don't pick a lot of kids from my high school. But I'm glad that I didn't haven't quit yet. Obviously, it's easy to doubt yourself, but you have to put your, as the LAB says, mind over matter, which that truly is a true statement. Like I said before in my um, video on Monday, that our bodies can do more than our mind tells us that I can do. And that's the whole thing of self doubt. It's easy to say that you want to quit or you can't do it, but you just have to push yourself to your limits. That's pretty much what this program is all about: is testing your limits um, to the full extent of them, but also becoming better at you know just building your character and making it better. Um, Having determination, perseverance, integrity, matureness, and a bunch of different things that this program is helping to instill, not just in me, but all the other um, people a part of my class as well. Um, Today was day 3. Tomorrow will be day 4. Today was a pretty cool day. Actually, we got to see some parts of downtown Rochester, like the core, MCAC, which is the crime analysis, um, the jail, which is pretty cool. And some of these things I've already have done through being at the Eastern Monroe Career Center, BOCES, doing criminal justice for 2 years and going on field trips with my class. So I already was familiar with some of the stuff. Um, so it was kind of almost like a refresher for me, but you don't always get to talk to the same people depending on like what day and stuff. But the everybody seemed pretty knowledgeable on what they were doing because they've, of course, they have the experience. They've been doing it for a long time. So it was pretty cool to see the different elements of how the justice system works a little bit in my state. So that's good. Trying to think what else. My ears itchy. Behind my ears itchy. It was kind of cool to see that again. And obviously some areas I haven't never got a tour or look around on field trips before for some of the places we went to today, so that's good. PT wasn't as long today, so that was nice. Because as you get, um, yesterday the PT was rough, but I made it through, even though it was hard. Um, I made it through. I didn't quit on myself. Um, Tried to do my best because that's all you really can do with this program is just trying your best and, like I said, pushing your limits. Um, Even when you feel like quitting, you don't quit. Um, the name of the game, or that's the name of the game. Um, but yeah, today was an easy day, pretty much. Only 30 minutes of PT, physical training. Um, so that was nice. Trying to think what else. It's heating up this week, so it's gonna be hot. So they my class counselors, a part of the programs, have been just reminding us each day to stay hydrated and all that stuff. Because it's obviously going to get warmer this week. Well, today was the day of it starting to warm up. Tomorrow, I think it's going to be in the 90s, so it's going to start heating up towards the end of the week, and I think into the weekend it's going to be pretty warm as well. So, yeah. Well, tomorrow is going to be a longer PT. I think at least an hour or a little over an hour, almost close to probably an hour and a half for PT tomorrow. But we're also visiting a lot of places again tomorrow, so that's going to be pretty fun. And then Friday is my last day of the program, so that's nice. There'll be a graduation ceremony and stuff. I think we gotta like practice for. And then also on Friday, I think we're gonna do like some type of SWAT obstacle course or something, which kind of sounds pretty interesting. I think it's gonna be like I don't know if that's like a separate thing, but also there's gonna be like a competition between the two different platoons. I'm a part of Platoon B, and the other one is Platoon A. I think there's going to be a competition on Friday as well, um, to see which platoon is better, pretty much. And I guess you win a trophy or win something. I'm not sure, but I think the SWAT thing is its own thing, or maybe is that a part of the competition? I'm not entirely sure, but um, Friday should be interesting. But it's also the last day, um, and we have to practice for the graduation ceremony and stuff. We're only allowed a max of 2 people to be at the ceremony, um, which is a shame because I wish I can bring more of my family to see me graduate from the program, but it is what it is. That's going to be at the graduation is going to be at an offsite location, not at the building where I am now doing the program. It's going to be at an off location setting. Yeah. I said that in a weird way, but you get my point. But yeah, it's been a rough week, but I've made it through. Um, I'm I wasn't some kids in our program um quit. Not a lot of kids, maybe like one or two. Um, but we still have at least 20 plus, a little over 20 kids in my class, including myself. Um, and maybe only one or two, I think, um, dropped out of the class. But it's kind of, they've been telling us, our class counselors have been telling us, like, if you quit on yourself, you don't just quit on yourself, but you quit on the team. And that's been a big motivational point for me and stuff. So I'm gonna keep pushing through. That's all I can do. Just after today, 2 more days. Um, Today was an easy day, and tomorrow is gonna be a little bit of a harder day for the PT. Don't exactly know what we're gonna do for the PT, but it's gonna be a little longer than it was today. Bit sore, to be honest with you. My body's a bit sore. My legs are pretty sore. I could barely walk today, but it is what it is. I'm not used to doing the type of exercises that we're doing for PT and the running. I'm not used to running a long distance or whatever. Um, but it is what it is. It's a part of the program, and I just gotta push through it to the best of my abilities, and that's all I can really do. But I'm glad that I'm making it this far because I made a commitment, and I deserve to be where I am right now. I didn't quit on myself. I didn't drop out because, like I said, I made the commitment. I went through 2 interviews to get into this program, so quitting on myself isn't going to do me no good. Like I said, I went through 2 interviews to get into this program, so I'm not going to put this opportunity to waste. And by completing this program and graduating from it, will only make this week more rewarding. And, then I can say, hey, I did something over the summer that could possibly help me further in my career and also show that I'm dedicated to what my future profession. Um, and I know it's going to be gonna be harder moving forward when I, go through the academy, or say, because being in law enforcement, there's so many different routes you can go. You don't exactly have to be a police officer. That's what I want to do, but there's so many things you can do with like criminal justice. Like in the criminal justice field, you can do pretty much anything, a wide range of things. That's probably why law is so like such a good career, because there's a lot of things you can do with it. Um, Certain aspects you might need a lot of schooling. Some instances you don't need to take a civil service test. Um, a lot of training, a lot of physical training, and other different types of training. Um, but you gain the experience, you gain the um, abilities, and all the knock the camera a little bit on my phone, but you get to use those skills that you've learned through your experience to make yourself a better person, and a better worker, I guess you could say, on the job. Because being in the criminal justice field is a physically demanding job, depending on what aspect of the criminal justice you're doing. Like, obviously, a police officer. Um, Obviously, like a lot of people have said that I talked to today, some days can be pretty rough where you're like, my job sucks, and then other days you're like, I just helped somebody out, that was dealing with a situation, and I helped them deal with that situation, and now, um, you know, that's pretty much life in general. You're gonna have a job where some days you hate it. Maybe you have a job where you don't like it at all, but deep down inside, we all want a job that we want to go to every day and wake up early in the morning to go to every day if we know we're going to enjoy it. Obviously, not every job is going to be all fun and games, because at the end of the day, you do need to work and do what you need to do in order to make money and pay bills and all that stuff. And life isn't fun all the time, especially on the job. But we all want a job that we're passionate about and want to do. And if you have a job that you're passionate about and want to do, then you are the luckiest person in the world, because you are living your dreams. Um, and don't take that opportunity for granted, because you never know if one day, if you mess up, then your opportunity will be given to somebody else, and you'll be, you know, in the gutters like a bowling ball. But yeah, I'm yapping too much. This video is going on for way too long, but I kind of went on a yap session and kind of went into the left lane without using a turn signal or something. But yeah, but you all understand pretty much the point of this video. No matter how rough this week's gonna be, no matter what you're dealing with in life, even if this is a pretty rough week for you, we're all struggling together. Maybe not like my struggle where I'm like, going through PT and stuff, but we all deal with our struggles in certain ways, but we all struggle together and we all push through it together. And that's pretty much what this video is all about, is pushing yourself and teamwork and persevering and all that good stuff, all that good stuff. But yeah, this video is going on for way too long, so as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all my socials that are linked in the About Me section of this channel, like my Instagram and my Discord. Go show some love and support to my boy Willie D and my TikTok Matt Inspiration, Victor Vizzetto. Both of their channels are also linked in the About Me section of this channel. Hit the subscribe button, hit the post notification bell so you get notified for whenever I make my next video. And yeah, my next video, which will be on Friday, will be my last day of the program. So I'll make a video telling you guys how it all went down, and all the stuff that pretty much talk about maybe the graduation ceremony and stuff, and all that good stuff, because it will be my last day of the program, because it's only going for this week, 5 days, no weekends, no more weeks of doing it, just this week. Um, and then pretty much after Friday, I can pretty much enjoy my summer again, like I was doing. But at least I can say I did something that not everybody has the guts to do. I wouldn't say really that, but not a lot of people want to wake up at about 6 o'clock in the morning on a summer day when they could be sleeping in or enjoying their favorite show or watching their favorite show or playing video games with their friends. But I made this commitment and I went through 2 interviews to get to into the program, so I might as well finish it strong. Why quit now when tomorrow is day 4, and then the next day after that is the last day, day 5, graduation ceremony? It would be stupid of me to quit now. If I already made it this far, and I'm going to finish what I've started. And I kind of put that in a bad way, like I'm gonna start. But I made a commitment, and I'm gonna pull through with that commitment, and it's gonna be worth it. But yeah, I will see you guys all in Friday's video. Wish me good luck, peeps. Peace.